that it rises over the earth and sets. So you're going to put rise and set. Right? Rise and set. And this is what the sun does. Because we know that every morning, every day, every morning, every day, the people on your news channel, whatever news channel, or whatever TV you're watching, they say that the sun is going to rise at whatever time in the morning, 7:30, 6:45, 7:42, 7:03, 7:21. So whatever time they say that the sun is going to rise, they're either deliberately telling a lie to you, or someone has miseducated those people who are in a higher place and they don't know. So if we know that the sun, right, is bigger than the earth, and it's a big magnet, and that the earth also itself is a magnet, but much smaller than the sun itself, which I showed you in the diagram in the picture in the book of our solar system, okay, which is our solar system, which shows the sun here. The sun here is a big, massive ball of plasma, liquid plasma. Some people like to think that it's a gas ball, but we're just now realizing, and I guess we've always realized, that it's a ball of plasma, liquid plasma, mixed with atoms, electrons, and neutrons. So it's electric energy, or liquid energy, and that the earth is right here. Okay? So everybody can see that. We have the earth here, and the sun is this big thing right here. So I don't understand how, if we have the big sun here, the earth here, okay, that this sun is going to rise over top of this planet right here. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even look right in the picture. How is that capable even in this picture? They say a picture tells 1,000 words. But even in this picture, how can this go over the top of this and then not even bother these planets and all the other planets be in the same place? That means they would have to move all these other planets out of the way every day. Yeah, every day. Every day it would have to knock Mars out the way, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. It would have to move these planets out the way just so that it can come over here and go around the planet Earth. It doesn't even make any sense in the picture.
But the sun doesn't move. It moves, but it doesn't actually move as in walking or rolling.
Right, because it doesn't have, the sun doesn't have legs, and the sun doesn't have arms.
So it can't just slap.
So it doesn't, it's not flying, it's not, it's not swimming, it's not running and jumping and skipping. So we can't use those words.
It's kind of like floating because it's in space and everything floats in space.
Well, we'll find out what it's doing. We'll make sure that we know what it's doing. It may look like it's floating in space, but we're going to see that it is also drawn to another magnet. There's a bigger magnet that's making the sun do what it does, and it's drawn to that magnet. So for us to say, or to sit and think that the sun rises in the morning, and when we say in the morning time the sun is going to rise, and we're going to wake up when the sun rises and stuff like that, I think that we're lying to ourselves, and we're not being educated, and we're not being smart people who say that we know certain things, and we can learn and use our brain. So if you're still watching the news, or you're still listening to people, or maybe you should practice yourself sometime and think about the things that have been found out about where you are, what the thing is doing that you are a part of, and how it works around you every day in your everyday life. So even though it may appear that the sun is like We have this world, and it may appear that the sun itself is going over the top of the earth. So we would say that the sun is my pin, and that the sun is going over to rise. You have to go over. You have to rise up in the air, and then come down on the other side to set, and then do that every day. The sun will have to do this around the planet Earth every day.
Can't do that because if it goes up there, then all like the states and stuff, like on the sides, won't be able to see. Like,
Well, the planet still be turning like this, so everybody's gonna be able to see something, but it would be a whole lot of work for that big ball to go over this little bitty ball, when this little bitty ball has been proven, scientifically proven through satellite camera, that this ball turns, leaned back, looking at the sun, not the sun looking at it, but the sun is so beautiful to the planet Earth that the planet Earth leaned back to look at how great the sun is. And it turns and let the sun shine the light on it every day while it turns, while going, as they would say, around the sun. But it has been proven that the earth does not go around the sun like a circle. Some say, well, yeah, we know that the earth does not go around the sun like a complete circle. And I'm not talking about what people say as far as like a circle around. I know that what they mean is that sometimes the earth comes closer to the sun in a circle and farther away to the sun in a circle. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that this earth actually does not go around and in front and behind the sun. It actually goes up, over, on the side, and under the sun. Up, over, on the side, and under the sun is what the earth does while it spins. So this is what the earth is doing, a whole lot more different than what you was previously taught. And what that is called a pinwheel or a spin wheel effect or a spiral effect. And this is why the planets are drawn to the sun, because of the spiral effect. Because if they were just spinning around in a circle, there would be more problems as far as weather and different type of meteors and stuff that will cause more damage, because we would be in a fixed position to where things can actually hit us. But being in a spiral position, it gives us an edge to not get hit by certain things that may cause harm and damage to any life which is on the planet. So instead of us going around, yes, you have a question?
yes, but it takes. But you said it's not when we're going over and under the sun. It wouldn't really. We wouldn't hit any damage, but mostly meteors come and hit the earth.
Well, they haven't mostly came and hit the earth because there haven't been a lot of documentation of meteors hitting the earth. Because if it was, we would have more craters and more holes all over the planet Earth. We don't have a bunch of asteroid craters on the planet Earth, so it's not a very likely thing for asteroids to hit the Earth, big asteroids, because we don't have a whole bunch of craters all over the planet Earth. Now, did they in the beginning, a long time ago, hit the Earth? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. There was a lot of things going on a long time ago. But as far as now, we can see, compared to what the moon looks like, that the moon has been hit a lot of times, because we can see the holes that the rocks have hit on the moon. But we don't see those holes around planet Earth like that. You just can't go somewhere and say, It's a whole bunch of holes where we see where meteorites have come and hit the planet Earth. Okay? Now we have some, but we don't have a bunch of them to where we can just see them everywhere. It's not a whole bunch of meteorite holes that we can go to. Just like how we can go to Mars. Yeah, but that's not a meteorite hole. That wasn't called by something that came from outer space and hit the Earth. Okay, why the Earth was in its original form. Now we can talk about the Grand Canyon and how the Grand Canyon came to be. Some people say that water made it, and some people say that it came a long time ago, and that the Grand Canyon is what we see the moon. The moon is all the stuff that came out of the Grand Canyon. So it's a lot of things that people have said about what the Grand Canyon is.
They say that there was something called erosion that made the Grand Canyon.
Okay, erosion is like what water does. Water, it eats a hole or a line into things. Over time, it takes a very, very long time. The water is flowing, and it's flowing real, real strong, and for a long, long time, it makes creeks and rivers and stuff like that. And it also can cause big holes and galleys and stuff like that. So over millions and millions of years, these things can happen. This is where you get these waterfalls, where you get waterfalls, and like Niagara Falls and stuff like that, right? So over time, water can cause things to move and to change. So that's what we're looking at when we're looking at that. So just to to sum it up, when we're talking about the sun rising in the morning, we can see from the diagram and from common sense, we can see from the diagram and common sense that the sun is just too big to do that. It's just too big for it to do what people say that it does every morning. When they say that the sun rises and sets, it's fabric. It just blows my mind, because I don't understand how people can continue to say that when there's just so much information. So many people have been to school and should know that the sun does not go around or over the earth. It just doesn't happen. But every morning on your TV screen, the newsman or the newswoman, they come on your television and say, in the morning, when the sunrise, before the sunrise, when the sun rises up in the morning, 7:30, the sun is going to rise and the sun is going to set. So we have these people who are continuously miseducating people and having people think that these things are really happening, when we can tell and see just by looking in a very ordinary book at certain diagrams that it's just too impossible for that to happen. Because if the sun rises and sets on the earth, then it means that the sun has to rise and set on all the other planets. So is the sun rising and setting on every single planet? So we're gonna have to find something else to say instead of, oh yes, and this is the book where I'm getting that diagram for 300 astronomical objects, a visual reference to the universe, by James Wilkins and Robert Dunn.